Good afternoon, everybody. This is Miss Betty, and I am getting ready to cook on Fawn Ridge. But today I'm going to make, yes, you guessed it, a banana pudding. I'm going to use the old-fashioned Nilla wafers and make that custard. I'm going to use my milk, and for the milk that I use is the carnation milk. So we're going to use that. You need your bananas, you need flour, you need sugar. It does not call for vanilla flavor, but I do like to add just a little bit to give it that homemade taste. So let me get started making the custard, and I'll be back and show you exactly how we're going to whip up this banana pudding day today on Fawn Ridge, and I am going to make this banana pudding. You stay tuned, okay? Okay, I'm back, and I'm going to get started making my pudding. So we're going to start it on a very low heat, and the first thing you want to do is you want to add your 3 cups of milk, and I am using carnation milk because it gives it a richer flavor. If you don't want your pudding to be rich, then go ahead and use whole milk or 2% milk for those that are on a lower diet. So let's go ahead and add our milk. And when making the banana pudding, it's tedious. I mean, you have to just stand right here and get it all in. So we're going to add our milk. We're going to add 1/3 cup of flour, and I do use the self-rising flour. We're also going to use a 1/2 cup of granulated sugar. Okay, just stirring. And then I have 3 egg yolks. It calls for 3 eggs, but you take the eggs and you separate them because the white yolk is going to be the topping on your banana pudding. Okay, so let's just get this all mixed up really well. Let me go ahead and put my egg yolks in. 3 egg yolks. Okay. And that's how you make the pudding to go on your banana pudding. What I usually do is while this is starting to, come to a boil, I'll go ahead and start layering my vanilla wafers on my dish. But do not leave this unattended because it will, cook too fast, and then you'll have like a real thick, mushy pudding. You want it to be able to pour. So your consistency is going to look like this. But don't forget to keep stirring. All right, so I'm not going to make you watch me do this. So what I'll do is I'll get this beaten up, and then I'll come back. How about that? All right. I'll be right back. So because I want to stay close to my pudding as it began to cook, I'm going to do my vanilla wafers in my first layer right here because once it get done, you want to go and put it on those cookies like right away. So let's just arrange this so that it'll be pretty. So we're just laying it in layers. And we're going to do a layer of bananas and a layer of cookies. I'll show you what the first layer will look like, and then we're going to tend to our stirring because I don't want to get far away from stirring my pudding. It's going to be so awesome. This is so easy. The children can do it, and they will love it. A lot of people don't like banana pudding. Some say they like it with just wafers and not bananas, but how can you make it without bananas and call it a banana pudding? That way, it's only a vanilla wafer pudding, I would say. What about you? I do have 2 boxes of cookies because I want a lot of cookies on my banana pudding. So let's just get this first layer done, and then I'll go away and I'll come back and I'll show you. But I do want you to see exactly what it looks like. So here's my banana. Take those little ends off the top and just start adding your bananas. Add your bananas. I hope everybody's having a great day today. I just woke up and felt like cooking, and I'm always wondering, what am I going to cook next? So sometimes I have to go to the grocery store and walk around, and then I get my ideas. But I've had such a hard time this winter finding vanilla wafers. But today, when I walked in the store, they had them right on the very first end cap. So you know what that meant? They put stuff there so that we can buy it. So that's my first layer. I'm still stirring my pudding. Meanwhile, I'll add another layer of cookies since I do have time. And if you want to watch me, you can. Okay, let's just get this started. And this is going to be a very pretty banana pudding. I hope you enjoy it. And it's an easy midweek dessert that you can do for your family. So, all right. So I have my next layer of cookies. It looks like that. And I'm still stirring my pudding. So I'll come back when I'm ready to put the pudding on top of the vanilla wafers and the bananas, okay? I'll be right back. All right, so I now have my cookies and my bananas all layered, and now it's just ready for me to pour the pudding on. So this is how you want to do to get your banana pudding ready. Go ahead and get your cookies and your bananas layered in your dish that you're going to use. And when the pudding is ready, then you just pour it over. Then we'll go to the next step, which will be putting the meringue on the top, stick it in the oven for like 5 minutes, and voila, you have a banana pudding. It is so easy. Again, I did use 3/4 cup of sugar that I divided because I saved a little bit for my meringue. I also used 1/3 cup of self-rising flour. To that I added a dash of salt, 3 eggs that I separated because in the pudding I only want the yolks. The white will be for my meringue. Okay, and to that I added 2 cups of milk, a half a teaspoon of vanilla, and of course my wafers and my bananas. Making a dessert is not that hard. It's easy. So I'm going to go ahead on and I'm going to get this pudding finished. It's pretty. See how nice it's coming along? But you cannot move. You have to stand here until it's ready. I'll be back. Okay, so I am getting very close to my pudding getting to the right consistency. So I'm going to turn it off because I don't want it to be too thick. I want it to be just thick enough to pour over my mixture, okay? I don't know, I think we might need to cook it just a little bit longer. I'm gonna turn the heat up. And maybe if it comes to a boil, it will be ready. Get me a spoon, show you. See, it's still a little thin. So let's stir a little bit more. So while we're doing that, let's talk. How's your day going? I hope that you have been blessed, that you are being a blessing to somebody else, and that you are replacing negative with positive. That's how we have a great day. Oh la la, my pudding is ready. Oh my God, it's ready. Look at that. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to grab something because I want you to see how I'm going to pour it. Let's pour it over the cookies. That is so wonderful. It turned out perfect, and it's a beautiful color. You want it to be enough because it has to go down and saturate the entire bowl of cookies and bananas. I can literally eat this with a spoon because that's how much I like it. I love banana pudding. Okay. All right. It appears that we made just enough, just like the recipe said. And it's got to thicken up here. I didn't get it too thick. I got it just right. But we want to cover all these cookies I'm being a little quiet because I'm concentrating over here because I wanted this pudding to be perfect. Okay. And it is. Look at that. That's the banana pudding. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to make the meringue to go on the top. Stick it in the oven for a minute and then I'll come back and show you. But maybe I'll show you how to make the meringue. 1 second. All right, so now I am getting ready to make the meringue to go on a banana pudding, and this is the egg white that I used when I separated my eggs. So we want to put it in our mixing bowl, and we want to beat it at a high speed until it begins to form a peak. There we go. I still have my 1/3 cup of sugar left, and I am gradually going to add the sugar once my egg whites begin to peak. After that is completed, then we'll put it on top of our banana pudding. This is completely optional, and you do not have to put egg white in your banana pudding, only if you like it. I just want to do it. I'm having a fun day. I'm fun this today. All right. Got that on a high speed. And now we're going to start adding our sugar a little bit at a time. Don't want to put it all at once. You just want to do it gradually. All right. I'm going to just pick up the heat just a little bit more. And then I'll put it on top of the banana pudding. All right. That's awesome. That's awesome, you guys. And here's my banana pudding. Can't see it, but I'll show you. All right. So here's my banana pudding. And we are going to start adding. Let's see if we can get this down a little bit. There we go. Now, we're going to add our egg whites on top, as such. And then we'll stick it in the oven and we'll let it brown. Remember, the egg white or the meringue is completely optional. It's up to you if you want it on your banana pudding. But personally, I think it makes it pretty. I have my oven preheated to 350 because that is what it takes to get it brown. It's not going to take very long. Let's move that. I think my dish is a little large for the recipe, and I probably could have used just a little bit more meringue. But this is going to work. Let's just make it pretty. Take my fingers so we can get it all. All right, so now my banana pudding is ready to go in the oven. I'll brown it and then I'll come back and let you see the finished product, okay? All right, everybody, I am back and I've added my meringue and it has browned nicely. So the banana pudding is complete. Again, I did use 2 boxes of the Nilla vanilla wafers. I also used 5 bananas. Had one left over so I could just eat one. All right, and so to make our pudding, we did go ahead and use 2 cups of milk. Actually, I think it was 3. And I use carnation milk. But you can also use 2% milk or regular milk. If you don't want your pudding to be as rich, then use the 2% milk. So in my pudding, I used the flour, the carnation milk, a dash of salt, some vanilla extract, and I cooked it until it was a nice pudding consistency. And voila, this is what we ended up with. This is our banana pudding. I think we did good. It's been fun cooking today on Fawn Ridge. We'll see you later.